Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of TNM Bull. I'm with my host today, co-host even, Lewis. How are you today, my friend? You well?
Yeah, I'm very well, brother. Are you all good?
Yeah, so but surely. I mean, we're just saying beforehand, second take now, that Klopp's heavy metal football has been crashed by West Ham. I mean, how do you think your performance went today?
I think we were very average. I think the likes of Salah has been pushing us through games. But today, David Moyes, a very great manager. He just did really well, counted us very well.
Do you reckon Klopp will stay on?
Yeah.
I know there's going to be some very, very, weird questions today, but do you think he'll stay on again? Because I can remember him seeing an interview again. He won't want to be there as long as, say, an Alex Ferguson, and this could be his last contract with Liverpool.
Yeah, the only bad part about Jurgen Klopp is that it's finite. We knew one day when he signed for us, one day it would end, and it is what it is. If he stays until the end of the contract, 8 years is 8 years. I would do anything. I'm sure every Liverpool fan out there would do anything for 2 more years of it. But he's getting on. You know what I mean? It's 90 hours a week work. You know what I mean? I'd love him to stay. No Liverpool fan. If any Liverpool fan says they want his head and he was sacked or anything, they're fools.
Well, you say that. I remember a bit of last season. I mean, football fans are fickle, but not all of them, obviously. Like you were saying, the proper Liverpool fans. However, some did want him out last season, if you remember that weird, time period. But he seems to have been forgiven from that and everything. But it was a weird season last season, even for everybody, It's, but it's a weird one.
I couldn't agree more, brother. Like, there was just, in Liverpool's point of view, losing Van Dijk, that's we all knew. We'd all give Jurgen Klopp it was never, ever up for discussion between real fans, whether or not. He is the right man. He is the greatest manager to ever manage Liverpool in my lifetime. I absolutely love him. He could get us relegated, and I'd still say 1 more season. I love the guy.
It's crazy, isn't it? It really is. He really has got that, aura that he's found. I think that was the main problem with Liverpool before. It's just that you guys wasn't really built together, And like today, whilst they're gutting, we're not Real Madrid or Barcelona where you lose 2 in a row and it's a crisis. It's just a bump in the road. I think they said the last loss you had prior today was last April against Madrid. That's crazy. What a crazy stat that is.
Bro, we have been not at our best for a lot of this season, and we've been performing excellently, but not all of us have been. Not every 11 have been amazing. Van Dijk, he's been, for his standard, he's been very average this season so far. But, you know what I mean? He's just a Rolls Royce. You can call him whatever you want. But how can I say it, man? Today...
Is he missing the goals now, Van Dijk?
Pardon?
Because that was part of his game, wasn't it? The goals, the formidable, partnership he'd have. What's happening with Gomez? I mean, where's he now?
This is a heartbreak because I love Joe Gomez. He's one of my favourite ever defenders to ever play for Liverpool. But Joel Matip is a beast, man. You can't just take away a position. Matip needs to lose it, and the only way he loses any appearances is because he plays 5 games and then gets injured for 6. Plays 6, gets injured for 9. Like, same as Gomez. They both are just so injury prone. Canate, he's going to be big for us, I think.
Do you think? I mean,
so.
I really think this season will be Chelsea's season. I can't see them letting loose. I really do feel like the top 3 will be in some kind of order: Chelsea, City, and Liverpool, and that 4th one could go to anybody. There's always a surprise in there: West Ham, Leicester, Arsenal, Spurs.
Let's talk Spurs, man. Antonio Conte, man. Wow.
I can't believe we've got him. I mean, I say we can't believe we've got him. It's 300k a week. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, but bro, when you sold Nuno, when you sacked Nuno, I was like, what are you doing? Who are you going to replace him with? Because I like Nuno. I loved the whole project at Wolves. That was incredible. But as soon as you got...
The problem is with Nuno, Lewis, is whilst he's got some kind of plan that people think, when you watch it just didn't work.
Yeah, it's the same as David Moyes. If you've got a lower to mid-table team, and he can push the Champions League with that, but when you've got the pressure of needing to go one further to the Premier League, these, as you saw with Nuno, just not good enough. As you've seen with David Moyes, just not good enough. You think about just before United, man. David Moyes was one of the best managers for Everton. He was one of the best in the world for 18 months, man. He was getting them in Champions League, and this is fucking Everton, bro.
I know. I think that is his limit. I know it sounds harsh, but that kind of like
that's not a bad
tier, the second tier.
That's not a bad limit. That's a beauty.
Yeah, you're right. It could be the next. It could be the next Spurs manager, for argument's sake.
Yeah, bro. This is the thing. Yeah, is that like if when Brendan Rodgers is at Liverpool, he needs the league. But if you win the FA Cup at Leicester, you are heralded as a god, the first in our history. And that's something that Brendan Rodgers is very capable of doing. He's a very good manager. It's the same with Nuno. But, man, I already know that this Conte, this way that the whole world has been shook, this is what you wanted from signing Jose. But we all watched him like rot at United. But this is Antonio Conte. I think I saw a crazy stat earlier today. I think he's won 7 of the last 12 leagues he's competed.
Oh yeah,
Bro.
Yeah. He's just the thing is about Conte, right? I was shocked that we got him. When I saw him that we signed him, I just thought it was a paper talk essentially, because I thought, why would he want to come to Spurs? I know we've got the training ground. I'll tell you something. The reason we've got him is he would have been promised a lot in January and the summer. He must have been, because he wouldn't come into this Tottenham. It's toxic. It's horrible. A lot of players have got to go. Dele Alli, if I hear one more person saying Dele Alli's great when he's terrible, it's one of them players that other people really say, oh, he's amazing. But if you watch him week in and week out for your club, you realise how bad he is,
It's the exact opposite for Jordan Henderson. Everybody, because his name isn't in a newspaper, everyone thinks he just glides by and he's just with the wind. Jordan Henderson is one of our most important players. But
it's funny, I'll talk about something about this, one of the other hosts I have on the show, and he was saying that Jordan Henderson, people don't get him if you don't watch him. And I can remember just watching him for, I think it was England or just, a Liverpool game. And the guy doesn't just play it sideways, he plays it forward. His passes is ridiculous. If he was Italian, people would say
exactly
the same stats as Pirlo. That guy can do a through ball. It's ridiculous, seriously. It really is. And
these aren't even his best qualities. Like, his best qualities is just being able to shimmy his body in the way of the ball, where stops a break. You saw if the game today, for example, it was Fornell, Rice, and Souček. Yeah, these are some big, nice physical lads. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, when you've got a small little Italian or Spanish guy in there, we can play it around you. But Souček, we just could not get through that wall, mate. He is a beast. That
potato salad, mate, what he's been eating.
Yeah, bro.
I tell you something, Souček's one of them players, right, that I would love at Spurs. He's just, he's your Henderson, because everyone says it's Rice and everything, but Souček's that guy,
Souček and Højbjerg, bro, that would be filthy, bro.
Yeah, it would. I mean, Skip's getting there, but the problem with Spurs is it's always potential. It's always this season after, and that's why we've got Conte.
That is the main reason.
It is. No more potential. We need something now.
Bro, because this is the thing. Is like I said, when you signed Mourinho, you wanted to shake the world with that. But
yeah,
we saw what happened with him. Whilst, bro, with Conte, he not only did he win the Prem during City's domination, he knocked a Cristiano Ronaldo inspired Juve off their perk. And guess
crazy,
what?
yeah.
he fucking did it with Ashley Young, bro.
Ashley Young. He's one of them people. He will build you a squad for instant success. Now, if you looked at Inter before, they got rid of so much potential. They got rid of all their good players and just like you said, filled it with Ashley Young and just
experience.
Experience
winners. Yeah.
Sanchez. Alexis Sanchez, and they got Lukaku and Martinez up front, and just instant players that would do performing. Now you rip Ashley Young, however, Prem win,
amazing,
experience. It's formidable when you think about it. Now at Spurs, I do think we will see the reintroduction of how old are you? Doesn't matter, you signed. I believe they call it the Gary McAllister effect. So when he comes from over 30, I think he was 38 when he was still at Liverpool. It was, but I tell you something, people don't realise how important. I always remember going on Championship Manager and it was Gary McAllister's position. He was just centre midfielder, nothing else. Not a DMC, not an attacking, just a centre mid. If you didn't have him, then you couldn't play Gary McAllister. I do think we'll see that with Spurs.
Well, just for this sake of this conversation now, if Conte stays for only 2 or 3 years, and he wins you an FA Cup and a Europa, that's a success, man.
Mate, listen, if he wins anything, even if he steals, that's success.
And this is the thing, is not only the way Conte leaves a team is he will leave Spurs battered and bruised in 3 years.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That is going to be a beat-out club, so it needs to get some silverware because if you don't, you're not going to run for 110 minutes. You ain't playing. I want you to fit an extra 10 minutes in that 90. That's how he is, bro. And this is why, bro. Chelsea finished 10th. They had a good team. They had a really good team. They still had the likes of Hazard, but the confidence was gone. He took over.
I think the morale was gone.
Everything, bro. 3 months later, he tries 5 at the back. They win the league. History.
It's great. I was looking at the Spurs lineup today. He had Regular on, and then he had Ben Davies behind him. And I was like, oh, wow, we're very dire. And and I was like, wow. And on the right, he had that Emerson. Oh, God, that Emerson Royal. I don't get it. I don't rate him at all. I know he's from Barca. I know he's a kid, but just a weird one. The signing was, really was weird. I don't know why. Maybe we'll get the money back for him. We've got Tanganga. Don't know what Matt Doherty's done. I think he might have blackmail on someone or something, or done something wrong. He doesn't never get selected. He's done something bad.
A very solid wing back as well, man. For Wolves,
never plays, but yet Dele Alli gets. I don't know what that guy's done, but he, lazy in training. Does his little stupid flicks in the game, never tracks back. I can't stand him. Really can't.
But okay. Hear me out now. Would you be willing to give him a chance if Conte brought the best out of him and he gets you 10 goals by the end of the season?
No, because we've done it 20 times, mate. We've done it. Look, it's okay saying that, but when you've seen it, I saw it with Poch. People say they don't down tools, but he did. He stopped trying. He stopped trying under Poch. He stopped trying under Jose. He stopped trying under Ryan Mason. And you can't give someone a 4th, 5th try.
Yeah, we
England for a reason.
we haven't.
And Ndombele and the Celso, then give Dele Alli another chance to get another manager. Sacked. Time's gone, mate. Sorry, it's gone. That potential's gone now.
He's getting on as well. He's getting older. But I think the reason that you will stick with him is because he's just...
That's the only reason, mate.
In my eyes, he's still that little gem you luckily found from Milton Keynes, innit?
Yep, that's what everybody thinks. Dan, that's why he's still around.
Yeah.
When we had Danny Rose for them years and everyone else interested in blah, 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 and what a little gem and everything. And only reason he lasted at Spurs for so long, and then he stopped trying as well. The literally reason that Poch got sacked when we didn't win the Champions League against your lot. It wasn't that we lost against you, it was just the lack of effort.
Yeah.
How that second gear Liverpool didn't. But anyway, Origi, do you reckon he's got still a position at Liverpool at the moment?
Yeah, like that. This is the thing.
Yeah. With Jota.
So, what you got to remember is, you look at compare our bench to Manchester City's. Yeah, like we still need good players on the bench. We haven't got a Bernardo Silva for the bench. We haven't got a Gabriel Jesus for the bench. We haven't got a Riyad Mahrez or a Raheem Sterling for the bench. We're not willing to give the money, the wages for another Jota, because you can only have one that's on the fringe of playing all the time when you're a team like us. But bro, Divock Origi, yeah, he works hard in training. Everybody loves him. He's an absolute legend for us, bro. When he came on today and he scored the goal, that was Liverpool, man. Never say die. You get one chance, 8 minutes. Fucking die for that badge, man. I personally, obviously, he's not Salah or Mane's level, but he's not Jota's level. He's not the level under either. He's the one under that. Him and Minamino, they fill that space for us.
Curtis Jones?
Ooh, I love Curtis Jones. The thing is I love him, but I know when Harvey Elliott comes back, bro, he's pushing him straight back out.
See, the thing is with Liverpool, right, and I think that they do the dirty on a lot of people. They build these players up, like Solanke, Harry Wilson, and let's be honest, a lot of them, when they get built up, they're basically Brewster as well.
Yeah,
give them a few appearances, like Spurs used to do, sell them for millions of pounds, like literally millions, and then they turn out to be rubbish because they're not getting that kind of assistance from Mane and Salah and Henderson, more importantly, and they haven't got that back line. You know, haven't got Andy Robertson, Van Dijk, Alisson in net, you know. So when you're getting these players and selling them, you know, I don't. And then you say you've just said as well that this sub bench, you haven't got this kind of same prospects as say City, but I disagree. I mean, you've just said you had Minamino on the bench. You know, you've also got Jota on the bench. You can't get on there. Firmino as well. That's a strong bench already. I mean, you only have 7 on there. Canute as well. That's his name, I believe. Matip as well is on there. You know, and also you've got a keeper that's coming up who will be taking Alisson's place, I reckon. Kelleher, is it?
Kelleher, yeah.
He looks fantastic as well. The next Roy Carroll. Maybe. But yeah, you know, I do think that Liverpool's done it very slightly. They don't need to go out and smash it. And whilst I say all them names, I don't know what's happening with Thiago. Thiago's a very, very hard player. He hasn't replaced Wijnaldum. He's still there. I just don't think it fits into this Liverpool team.
The thing is, as well, is
do you think he fits in this Liverpool team?
So if you give Thiago a run of 10 games, I think you will start to see the Thiago that we saw at Bayern. But this is the problem with. This is why when we got Thiago, I was happy, and this is why when Manchester United got Varane, I was happy, because they're amazing players, but you know their history record, man. If Thiago stays in the 11 for 10 games, you will see the world-class Thiago that we all know. But right now, he plays for 3 and he gets injured for 4. We have a lot of these players. The Ox, for example, he was the second half. The Ox inspired us to something. You know what I mean? I love the Ox. When the Ox plays well, he's one of our most unique midfielders. He can just hit the ball fucking sweet from anywhere.
Would he be in your starting 11, Ox?
This is hard though, because you're asking me. There's one position available, because Fabinho is a given, Henderson is a given. That final space, it's between Keita or Thiago. And Keita, can I just say,
you haven't got depth in your sub bench, but you have. You've got Naby Keita, you've got Chamberlain, Minamino. It gets more and more. Harvey Elliott's going to come back with vengeance.
As soon as he's back, bro, he will. I hope Klopp pushes him back in. he is amazing.
I feel sorry for the lad. I really do.
Yeah, they're always obviously horrible, but at least when it happened, I saw his ankle go and I thought, oh, bastard, that's 6 to 9 months. And then afterwards, they were like, dislocation, 6 weeks. Ah, that's all right. It's not great, not terrible.
I thought he broke it, did he not?
He dislocated it. It was a dislocation.
I thought he was out for like a year and a half.
Nah, he dislocated it and got a fracture.
That's all right then. I thought he broke it. Oh, that's a lot better. Well, it's not good, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Trent saved him a lot. If Trent didn't push him back down and he stood up, God knows what would have happened.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
But yeah, that last spot, who are you giving it to? Because I'm not being funny. All them plays we've just mentioned, and this one spot, I wouldn't be happy. You know.
I would give it on form. If Keita was fit today, this is the problem. Keita and Thiago. Thiago is the finished article of what we want from Keita, but we want to see the progression, if that makes sense. We want to see him. We want to see him become Thiago. And over the last 3-4 weeks, bro, Keita has been clutch, bro. He has scored some absolutely massive goals. I think in the last 4 games, he scored 3 goals. One against Atletico, one against United, settled 2, by the way. Easy. I love Keita. But again, injured for 20 of the 38 games a season, man.
Can we just point out as well that the Norwich manager is being sacked as well, Daniel Farks?
What a manager, bro. This is one thing that cannot go underestimated. It's coming up from the Championship to the Premier League and still playing your style. Not changing for anyone. It obviously he lives by the sword, he dies by the sword. You know the rule, baby. That's how we do. But this is what hurt me about West Ham today. Is West Ham have been so quick and fluid in the counters and the pressing play and everything, and I thought, maybe they'll come at us today. But they didn't. They had 7 defenders and worked on Antonio on the break. And I just want to see a team come toe-to-toe. And Norwich, they did it. This is what I love about Brighton and Graham Potter. Graham Potter is my favourite British manager at the moment. That guy, he knows his strengths. He doesn't care who he's playing. He will just play to his strengths every game. A fabulous manager.
You know, so they, you know, been great for you know, it's
you're not wrong.
You know, I know what he's the dominant. You know, I remember if we lose 3-0, it won't. Liverpool and City, people are starting to have a go at them at least. It might not be the beast at having shots, you know. I mean, but we'll move on.
Let's go, bro. More shots at David De Gea than they did Edison. Wow. Yeah,
the shot, I think, turned out to be 18 shots on.
Yeah. It was beautiful, bro. Can I just say, I know this might sound like I'm memeing them, but I'm not. They played. They would have taken 2-0, I believe. The way that we just handed them their asses on a plate 5-0. I know how that feels, bro. I've been there when we get battered 5-0 by City. It's tough to take, but I know they'll have taken 2-0 because 7-2. Oh, bro, and that's the thing is, I don't turn games off. I'll never forget Steven Gerrard's last one against Stoke. I sat through the 7-2, bro, and I was heartbroken because Jack Grealish is just running rings around Virgil van Dijk, my hero. Oh.
Yeah, making him feel like a little kid. What a weird weekend. This is why I feel, and it's not great. Burnley drawing against Chelsea, against West Ham. You know, only beating United, Tottenham, you know, and I think that was going to be. It's wow. I mean, what a great. I mean, someone big will like a stable in danger.
They just sacked their manager too. Am I right in saying that Villa just sacked Dean Smith, innit?
Oh, have they? Let me have a. I apologise if that. I know we. Wow, you're right. Yeah, it has gone. Wow, that is a big. Yeah, correct. Wow, that is a big comment. I mean, we'll just go on that quickly then. I mean, do you think it's right that managers don't get given any time now? I mean, you look at South with Hassan. How many times has that guy been, Kosh, shall we say?
We're old school, bro. We're a little older than we're used to loyalty of Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard. You know what I mean? And Paul Scholes.
Yeah.
We grew up seeing loyalty. The loyalty's gone, man. As soon as Rafa signs for Everton, as soon as Conte signs for Spurs, you know how it is, man.
Conte is one of that weird one as well for me, because you're looking at it. How can I support next Chelsea? And with Rafa going Liverpool, icon, he's not bothered about it as a job. You can't.
Touching on, I completely understand. And touching on Rafa, just for a second, his life has revolved around Liverpool, the city, for the last 15 years. He loves the city. He still lives there. He is one of the only people on the planet that I would give the. So, for example, after Steven Gerrard did the slip, and it was becoming clear that he was never actually going to win the Premier League. Me and my brother, we were sat there and we had a little bit of a smoke, and he said, "Would you allow Steven Gerrard to move to United just to win the league one time?" And it crushed me, bro, because that guy deserved the Premier League. And I said yes. You know what I mean? Steven Gerrard is my idol. He is every single time I took a shot, Sunday League with the boys, Gerrard! He was my boy, man.
I know areas.
Exactly. But when it comes to Rafa, I know how much Liverpool as a city means to him, and I appreciate it. Listen, at the end of the day, if he gets Everton not quite beating us, but if he gets them up, it's good for the city, man, in the very least. It's good. Conte coming to Tottenham, I hate it because now you're in the mix, but doesn't it make the Premier League better? It makes it so much more competitive.
This is we are way above in the world. Winner, City,
Premier League, yeah.
League winner. Managers won the.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Everton, Champions League winner. Conte, nations. On a Bielsa legend.
A legend of the game. Yep.
And then you've got Man United, who have the biggest, inexperience. It's just, but saying that, go back to the point that they wouldn't have, if things was going well, the reason, bad man, because it was under to get these, But if you're Sancho, I don't know, or any other kind of, why would you want to go to Man U? If you're Mbappe, would you want to go to Liverpool or Man U?
Obviously, that is night and day, isn't it? Like, the question is what are they going to do to change it? Because when you look at Arsenal, they don't have the team to challenge. But fucking anyone that tells me that Manchester United do not have pound for pound, one of the best teams in the Premier League. Get out, man. This is Cristiano
Well,
Ronaldo. I know he's 36, man, but come on, this guy's a legend, man.
But they've got such a gap from defence to their attack. You've got the attack up there. You've got the defence back there. There's nothing linking them. They haven't got Henderson. They've got Scott McTominay. They haven't got Fabinho. They've got Fred. Them two players make such a difference that why do you say they've got a like for like? They're nowhere near. Just them two players links everything up. Without Liverpool, without them two players, you saw what happened last season. That's the difference in having them players, you know.
But I will say that I'd never seen it like this, because Liverpool of old, we would always use two defensive midfielders and one would be able to push up. But there would always be two until we got Fabinho. And if you look at our stats, bro, as soon as we got Fabinho, we started winning stuff because we had the transition player. We had a player that was amazing in defence and could pass a fucking ball, bro. Like
United ain't got anyone like that. They should, but they haven't.
They instead of getting Basuma for 50 million, they decided, you know what, let's just make sure City don't get Ronnie. And yeah, come on, man, you know that's 20 goals a season minimum. But Basuma in this team, if you had a three of Basuma, Bruno Fernandes, Pogba,
And the reason is, right, in my point of view, Pogba does way better for France is because he's allowed to go forward and express himself. He's got someone like Kante. Yeah, if you know, I do believe that
they are one player. They are one piece of the puzzle away, because it is scary to think when that team clicks. I do not. And
well, though, I don't. I think I'll pass them. I think Wan-Bissaka isn't working. I think he's still in potential, you know, and they just can't get someone to partner Maguire. They can't. You know, they should have got and why, like, you know, who pass regular on. They could have regular on. But you're thinking, holding them back. You know, silly little things like that. But we'll look at the Prem anyway, quickly. Go on, sorry.
With United, what you got to remember is, when a tree dies, the roots die last, man. It from the top down. That whole club is rotten. It isn't.
Yeah, of course it is.
Listen,
yeah.
I love the competition. This is why everybody was so against the Super League. I love competition. United ruined my childhood, yeah, because they were winning everything. But goddamn, it is a pity to see such a brand, a name, being poisoned by the touch of some Americans that are just here for greed. Like, Liverpool 100%. Had it before this. Bro, when he signed, carry on. Sorry, yeah, go.
On Arsenal to be set.
Yeah,
Arsenal,
bro.
That.
This is the thing, yeah. Is you're a boxer, bro? You know this exactly. You know when you win a fight, but your face is fucked up, bro. Come on, man. That's how you want to win, man. You want a couple of black eyes, but you want to win. You know what I
mean? You know, there's just no fun in it. There's no point. You know,
I can't.
Team at the moment, and look at you don't have to the main players. Team who.
Yeah, that's the thing is they've got no world class players. They've just got Souček, Antonio that are very, very they're on the cusp of becoming world class.
Really good teams, but
this is the thing: is Liverpool, in order for us,
player.
I've watched Liverpool be world class now for 3 years. Last year was a blip, but we were still pretty good in moments. I've watched us enough now to see that every team that comes to us plays a low block, 7 defenders, and try to beat us. And today it worked. Like, a lot of the time it doesn't work. But credit to West Ham, bro. Credit to David Moyes, man. He is an inspiration, man. Going down the way he did at the biggest football club in the world, and then coming back and potentially knocking Manchester United out of the Champions League. Bro.
So, and
Yeah, bro.
he has had a long, horrible road. He hasn't done well at any of them. But first, he got Sociedad, but
obviously, I think he's.
Go on.
I love Graham Potter. This is the thing, is that David Moyes. I saw a meme and it said if David Moyes hadn't already had the Manchester United job, he'd be the paper's favourite to have it this time. And I was like, yeah, this is how he was. Fergie handpicked him from anyone. The Glazers came to Fergie, was like, listen, we know it's over now. Who do you pick? David Moyes. He was killing it at Everton, man. Liverpool play a football where we need to be aggressive and free. And David Moyes plays the exact counter to it, the paper to our rock, where organisation don't let any gaps, quick on the break. And today, bro, we did not give up for 1 second, even at 3-1 down. That credit to Zuma as well, beautiful header. But as soon as that third one, I knew it weren't over. And Jurgen Klopp has me feeling some special ways sometimes, man.
I thought, saying that Mane should have scored in the last seconds, to be honest. Mane's a very weird player. Look, he's one of them players where he gets 20 shots a game or whatever, and 3-4 of them go in, but he has a lot of opportunity to score a lot more than he does. That's not disrespect on Mane, but you know what I mean, don't you?
I completely agree. The issue as well is that we obviously and fairly, we compare him to Salah. They're in the same team and they have very similar play style. Cut in, that's why a left-footed Salah plays on the right and a right-footed Mane plays on the left. Cut in, shoot. And Salah, today there was moments where he's running around the ball in the box, his legs are doing this weird shit and no defender can touch him. And everybody's scared to because you know what he's going to do if you blow on the back of his neck. It's going to fall. So everybody...
He'll dive. You know, you were going to say that, weren't you? You know you was going...
I love him, yeah. But come on, man. I used to always say, yeah.
Because he's...
Hear me out. Hear me out, yeah. So I used to always say, all through my childhood, when Liverpool finally win the league, we'll do it the right way. We'll do it the right way, I promise you. Do you think that any Manchester United fan sits out there and reminisces about, that time where Van Nistelrooy died? Nah, they won the league. That's all that matters. Winners be winners, baby. I don't want to.
That's what I asked, though, is it? Okay, well, do you personally think that banning should be a red card offence? Diving should be a red card. Personally.
Yes. I hate seeing it happen to us, and obviously when we're awarded it, you know,
it's great when it's awarded to you.
You defend the side of the fence you sit on. Like, obviously, you know what I mean? When a penalty's against me and somebody dives, you bastard, when we get a penalty, let's go. At the end of the day, I think that it would never be imposed in football because nobody would agree to it. But yeah, you try and deceive the referee outside the box, yellow card. You try and deceive the referee inside the box, we've got VAR for that now. Red card. If that would get my vote today. I would vote for that today if that was...
I think a lot better, can I point out?
Yeah.
Disgusting. You know, getting to that point last season, every...
And exactly. We're still a year or two away, bro. Like, at the end of the day, all the last thing that needs to be introduced, the last thing is the conversations that go on in the box. Because I want to know what they're saying. Because as soon as, for example, the Ronaldo goal against Liverpool that was offside, I was in a call with one of my friends back in England, and we're just watching it together. And as soon as it goes off, he says, Yeah, I'm pretty sure his shoulder's offside. And it was. And I would have liked to hear the guys in the box say, looks like that shoulder's a bit off, let's get the lines out. Because that's 20 seconds that you could have just narrated the whole thing in a sentence and a half. But we
have like, it's like what you know.
I'm all for VAR, bro. Yeah, I love the idea of it. It was the execution, let's be honest. We want football to be as fair as possible for every single team, no matter if it's grassroots or if it's Premier League. Anyone that plays in a big boy competition, we want it to be fair. And that's how it is now. Because I've seen a lot of... Sorry, go on, yeah?
Go on. No, just about to say... I just... Go on. There's a bit of delay because obviously Lewis is in Bulgaria, by the way, guys. So, no, carry on, Lewis.
The Premier League, man, is the best it can possibly be and the fairest it can be. VAR is a year or two away from everybody loving it. Like you said, last year, every week there was 3 or 4 VAR mishaps.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of one this season.
No, me neither. What I was going to say, sorry, again, apologies for the interruptions, just a slight delay, obviously. But my point being is, what's the football like, obviously, in Bulgaria? Have you had a chance to sample it over there?
Yeah, man. It's so the team that nearly beat Spurs, Lokomotiv Plovdiv, they're not even... I support the other Plovdiv team, the better one, Botev. Like, Lokomotiv aren't even the best in Plovdiv, and they nearly took down Jose Mourinho. So I was quite close-minded when I moved to Bulgaria, because I just assumed that because there aren't loads and loads of Bulgarian football players, that perhaps they just didn't have the same love for it as we do. They love it just as much as we do. They're just... The grassroots isn't funded. They don't have the same opportunities we have. I went to the derby. Lokomotiv Plovdiv versus Botev Plovdiv. It was 10 level. That's the equivalent of like £4.50. This is a derby for two cities with a lot of culture and history.
What was the score?
Botev 2-0. Aidi Botev. Aidi Bay.
Okay. So I mean, there's quite a lot of wasn't Berbatov Bulgarian? Pretty sure it was.
Obviously, he's a legend over in these ends, and Hristo Stoichkov, absolute. That's a Ballon d'Or winner right there. You know what I mean? And when you think of Berbatov, man, a lot of fans over here, as you can imagine, they love him. He's an icon. He's a legend over here.
Yeah, the grumpy assassin.
Yeah, bro. Best first touch I ever saw, baby. Like, and there's Petrov, bro. There's obviously. There isn't many.
What a player! What a player!
Exactly, man. There have been some big boys, but I like I said, I always thought it was a lack of love. Perhaps they pursued other sports. Now they love football over here. The problem is...
I remember the England game. I believe when we was against Bulgaria. Because you were obviously living in Bulgaria then, and obviously the news and the media in this country was going, oh, Bulgaria, the racist and everything, and all the fans obviously heavily influenced with the far right. And we've got to obviously state, I mean, British media is horrendous as it is anyway. We both know that. And I remember you saying it is literally 10 people in that stadium. That's it. The rest of the people in here have obviously, they're against the far right, you know. Don't let a whole nation be judged by them 10 people. Would you obviously confirm them comments?
I would say 100%, bro, that Bulgaria is no more racist than England. When Chelsea lost the Super Cup to Liverpool, Tammy Abraham missed the penalty. Chelsea fans went 60-year-old Chelsea fans giving this teenager shit for the colour of his skin. But that's the thing is when a Bulgarian threw a banana on the pitch, I said in my head, I've seen this before in the Premier League. How can the enemy is not a state of mind? You know what I mean? Racism is racism, and Bulgarians hate Bulgarians more than anyone. That's it.
Crazy, isn't it?
They are not any more racist than us. They are not any more racist than any of the normal of the Western countries. I will say that Ours is more. Our racism in England is more hidden and systematic. But that was 10 stupid fans in a stadium that knew that a camera was pointing at them and the whole world was watching.
Exactly.
Let's just fuck shit up. And
they went at half time, didn't they? If I remember rightly, they didn't even wait to the full time because obviously they knew what was going to happen. They just went, didn't they? They didn't obviously stay the whole game.
Bro, right after as well, I remember watching a YouTube video of a fan that was over there watching it in Sofia, the capital. And he was saying afterwards, he felt scared walking around the streets. It isn't like that, bro. Don't listen to him, man. It's like in England, yeah? The people that want to fight, they go around the corner and meet the other guys that want to fight.
Yeah.
If you walk through the front gate of Vasilevsky Stadium in Sofia where the game was played, you're safe. There's enough police there to keep you safe. You haven't got to worry about a thing. The people, bro, there's bad eggs everywhere. It is what it is. As we say,
Britain's way worse. I mean, we all saw the Euros, and that wasn't 10 people.
That was a whole nation joining together to boo the Italian. And by the way, the Italian national anthem is a banger. That's like my favourite after England.
Why do we do that? Why do we've got this weird thing in Britain about calling out racism, yet we've got this massive thing of booing other people's anthems and going, oh, why aren't you taking a knee? And we're booing. Do you know what I mean? It's so condescending, isn't it?
Bro, we are the greatest country in the planet at playing coy. Doing something then. Oh, what? What do you mean? I'd never do that. Bro.
Yeah, literally. We are.
I love England because it runs through my veins. You know what I mean? I will always be an Englishman. But experiencing a different country and seeing that going to work for 40 to 50 hours a week to pay for a house that you're paying £700 for this shitty house. You spend 50 hours in because you're working the other hours. That isn't how life should be, man. And Bulgaria has taught me that, man. I love this place, man.
Is it a lot less, shall we say, Wall Street there?
Cost effective, yeah. I would say, where I live in Plovdiv, it's like the second biggest city in Bulgaria. It's obviously after Sofia, the capital.
Oh, Manchester.
Liverpool. I put it very close to Liverpool because there's a river that runs through. There's so much culture here; it just explodes every day, full of culture. And I would say over here, 1,000 lever, which is the equivalent of like £450. 1,000 lever would go as far as £1,700 in England. And bro, I've never been on £1,700 in England a month. So me and my fiance, we live exceptionally well on what you guys would call nothing. You know what I mean? But over here, it's a lot, and we can do a lot with it.
Good. I'm happy you're well there. You know, that's the main thing. Just before you go, Lewis, I mean, what's your prediction for we'll do each competition quickly, okay? And we'll wrap up with Bulgaria for a laugh.
Let's do it.
So, Prem.
Chelsea.
Top. Who's going for Europe? We'll start with the top four. Chelsea, obviously, you've just said.
I'd say Chelsea, City, Liverpool, Spurs with Conte.
Oh, big one. Europa League.
Arsenal, West Ham.
And Europa Conference League.
I would love to see Brighton stay up there, but I don't think so. But I'll go Brighton just because I'm a lover, man.
I think there will be a cheeky one up there.
Yeah, I can see somebody.
Yeah, League Cup.
United.
FA.
I can see Arsenal trying to do something here.
Spurs or Arsenal, I'd agree, something like that. I even think that we might even get like the League Cup and, you know, someone like you said, City or, you know, United, Liverpool. The Champions League.
I don't want to say Manchester City. I think
Liverpool's got it this year. I really do. I don't know what it is. I've said it a million times. I really think Liverpool's got the Champions League.
I'll go City. I hate how they're looking, bro. I hate it. They're amazing, man.
So you're getting trophyless, it sounds like, this season. Is the
Yeah, it does suck. Even League Cup, I think West Ham will probably, obviously, they're on form. Man, I just don't want. Obviously, I'm from Leicester, man. I don't want Leicester to win anything either because we won nothing last season.
Yep. Cut out again. Amazing. Europa League. Lewis, waiting for you to come back. Eventually, he'll come back, guys. He keeps cutting in and out. There we go.
Sorry about that. It's, how it is.
Yeah, Europa League.
Europa League, I'll go. Maybe it's West Ham or Spurs again. I know that Conte's good.
Well, we're not even in it. We're
you're in the conference league. Yeah. Spurs will get conference. West Ham will get Europa.
I think this eventually, just before we go up, I think it will stop eventually because, we both know UEFA and FIFA hate it when all them English teams are dominant in Europe and we are smashing Europe. Yeah. If you don't want, your English side to win it, then, you ain't an Englishman. I don't like Liverpool. I don't like Arsenal, but however, I love it when obviously, they win the Champions League. If we're not in it, I want an English team to win it no matter what. So we'll go with Bulgaria then. Finish off. Who's going to win it?
They've got the Ludogorets, unfortunately. They're the Manchester City of this country.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got all the P, bro.
Oh, is that for the Cups as well? They're doing a double?
I don't know if they're still in the Bulgarian Cup. If they're still in it, yeah, they're the only team that have been in the Champions League in like 10 years. They drew with Liverpool like 7 years ago, innit?
I do remember. I know too much about the Bulgarian league because obviously, with Spurs and everything being in it non-stop, I've watched way too much Bulgarian football for my liking. And Hungary as well. I know too much about Hungarian football. But I mean, Lewis, thanks for joining me, my friend. Seriously, it means a lot. Hopefully you'll be back on shortly.
Yeah, it was an absolute pleasure, brother. Obviously, just nice to have a little cup of tea and a chat, innit?
No, exactly. Welcome back. Even if it is via telecommunications back to Derby, mate. But great talking to you. Talk to you shortly, hopefully, and take care. Yeah, take care, brother. It was an absolute pleasure. What we'd say over here, priятna večer. I didn't swear at you. Take care. Ciao, bro. Ciao.